Hey DC Collectors, welcome back to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're taking a look at a little something different, not really an action figure, but more of a statue. Yes, that's right. Here is the Batman Universe Collector's Bust series from Eaglemoss. This is the Nightwing Bust from that series. Now, if you're not familiar with this is one of those subscription-based services where you subscribe to Eaglemoss's Batman Universe bust set and you get one bust per month. Take a look at the box. Just a nice window packaging where you get a good look at the bust. Back of the box just shows you that Batman Universe Collector's Bust logo and, you know, a bunch of copyright stuff in different languages. Left side of the box, right side of the box, top, bottom. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's take the plastic off this and let's open her up. Okay, so here is Nightwing out of the package. As you can see, he looks pretty cool. I will say there are some issues I'm seeing right off the bat with some paint that I'm not happy with at all, but we'll take a closer look at that in just a sec. First, let's take a look at the sculpt. I think this is a nice sculpt of Nightwing. They did whoever sculpted it did a pretty good job. You know, I love the creases in the suit right there. Just the musculature on the back looks pretty accurate. Loving the forearm muscles there. Love, man, the paint on this is horrific. I'm looking at it right now, and it's getting worse by the second. Now, I guess this is around $25, $24.99, I think, plus shipping. And you know that's a pretty good deal for a resin mini bust, but you can see why it's $24.99 because the paint on this thing is horrific. Let's just start taking a look at some of the blotches. There's a big blotch of black they just sort of left there for no apparent reason to dry. Another big blotch of black on his neck. You can see that some of the skin tone got rubbed off on the black of the suit. Some black scratches it looks like. Again, it looks like they didn't cover up a lot with the paint there. I'm actually surprised at how well, I take that back. Look at the mask. I mean, it's like they just did one swipe with a paintbrush over the mask. And look at the eyes. Oh my God, the eyes are horrible. So they're supposed to be white. So I'm sure that the person who did this went over this with, you know, the blue to begin with, and then said, okay, we'll just do one swipe of paint with a paintbrush over the eyes. And you can tell that's all they did because the blue's bleeding through, and you can see paint brush strokes with the white. That's just a very, very horrible job by whoever painted this thing. I'm sure it's done very quick. Lots of little scratches, skin-colored scratches throughout the hair. Man, this is not going well. You can even see some of the black bleeding through on this blue here. Scrubbed right there. Yeah, just look at the horrible blue splotches right here where they didn't do a very good job of taping this up. If they even taped it up at all to paint this thing. You can see more just black bleeding through some of the paint there. You can even see a big splot of just a blob of paint where they just let it dry and it's just splotched up right there. Just very, very horrible right there. The knee, the finger is just black. Even on his Screamer sticks, you can see the black just bleeding over into the gray very, very badly. Here's the bottom of the base. You can see Batman Universe. This is $3,779. I don't know how many of these things were made, to be honest, but it's good that they number them. I think that's pretty cool. I don't even know what AAE stands for. I'm sure E stands for maybe edition. Yeah, I'm not sure. I like the DC logo on the front. That's pretty cool because, you know, it kind of gives you an idea of how this thing is supposed to be positioned on your shelf with this facing forward. So, you know, typically you would say, oh, his chest face forward, he's looking that way, but nah, you turn it that way and it looks really good. Now, the one thing I don't like about this is there's no felt footies on this thing. So this is all just resin sitting directly on a shelf. And in time, that scratches up, especially if you move it a lot or you move your statues around. Just, you know, 4 little bitty tiny felt, you know, rubber footies would have been awesome just to put on here. Think like maybe if you've seen Bowen Designs busts before. They sort of do that. This is just bad. Bad. I mean, it looks great from a distance. If you just stood it back there and said, oh, look at this Nightwing bust, you could tell from a distance that looks cool. But upon closer inspection, when you start really looking at it, you can see this has got lots of paint issues. This is absolutely a pathetic job. But for $24.99, I mean, what else can you expect? I mean, it looks halfway decent from a distance, so I guess that's good. Let's give you sort of a scale perspective on this guy. Here is McFarlane's Nightwing. So you can see he towers above this piece. I believe, but this is like a 1/10 scale action figure. This is probably 1/6 scale. Look at the size of the head. The head's much bigger. I would say this is probably a 1/6 scale mini bust right here. So, you know, a larger piece. I'm digging it. It looks cool together. I like those two together. Thinking about some Nightwing display stuff now. Again, $24.99. It's supposed to come with a magazine as well, you know, with some things about Nightwing, but I can't find that. I must have misplaced it. It's got to be around here somewhere. I've got quite a few of these, so I'll be doing more reviews of these busts. Again, I subscribe to the service. I can't remember. Like the first bust, you pay like $6 for, something like that, which was ridiculous. I mean, that's why I did it, so I could get that, you know, that one, and then see how the rest turned out. But it's up to you. If you like Nightwing, yeah. If you like Batman characters, go for it. $24.99. You can't go wrong. I mean, especially if you're not nitpicky about the way things look. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find this entertaining and informative. Maybe helps you make a decision on whether you want to buy something. And if you do, just hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share the content. I sure would appreciate it if you will. Check me out on DCCollectors.com, where you'll find more images of this guy, as well as images of other action figures that are in my collection and I'm adding to the database daily. You can also check me out on social media at DCCollectors on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and LinkedIn. Hit me up, talk toys with me, talk DC Comics. I'd love to talk DC Comics. Excited for fandom. I know everybody is. All right, so that is it for this episode. God bless.